Hey, family, welcome back. So, hopefully, I moved to a different location in the house. Hopefully, the um, audio is a little better today. Not really sure. When I listen, I guess I'll know and see if I need to make any changes. I first want to thank everybody. Some people who I expected, and other people I did not expect to hit me back up. I was very pleasantly surprised. And what that told me is that a lot of us are going through the same thing. I'm not really sure why we seem to go within. I know that it is a very huge undertaking to be the caregiver and be working a full time job. And if you have children, that also adds to the responsibility of your role. And for those people who have worked through that, are working through it, or will work through it, I applaud you for doing it. It was something that I chose, I had an opportunity and I chose to walk away from the job. Plus, this is bringing up memories of teaching through COVID. So it was a lot. And I just really wasn't trying to do that again. Um, so when the opportunity presented itself, I chose to um, be the caregiver for my mom. I was seeing some things that let me know that she was having some mild cognitive impairment, or you'll hear that referred to as MCI. And to be honest with you, the first time I went to a support group, I had no idea what all these words were. So, that book that I referred you to last time has been a significant help with me understanding some of the unique situations dealing with my mom. Another thing that I had an opportunity to participate in was the Caregiver College that is put on through Wake Forest University here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And that was a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant opportunity to learn about um, dementia and all of its forms from the perspective of African Americans. And I must admit that when I looked out, I did not see a lot of information for African Americans with dementia. And that is one of their goals, to make sure that the African American community gets this information, because for so long we just never even talked about it, right? So, welcome to the second session today. And so, I had to do a lot of research myself on different things. And one of them is, of course, cannabis. Like, I grew up hearing about it and smelling it, but I had no idea what it was. I know people acted differently when they used it. And so I went searching. So I'm going to share a little bit with y'all. I'm an educator, remember? So, first of all, I just want to say, for those who, like myself, like, ooh, I don't know what this is about. In 2018, hemp is now legal in the United States. HEMP, yes, hemp is legal in all 50 United States, and that's a result of the Farm Bill. Okay, and so all hemp-derived products are removed from the Controlled Substance Act, and that's a list of products and things that are illegal. Okay, and it was criminalized if you had it in your possession. And unfortunately, we know a lot of our family members, our friends, our neighbors, cousins, relatives, whatever, who are in jail right now because they were pre 2018 Farm Bill. Okay, so a lot of stuff, when you start to look at the history and you start to look at things, get that taken care of. Excuse me. We see that a lot of times, the not a lot of times, most times, everything is stacked against us, because we have a lot of African American males in jail as a result of this. So, um, I wanted to just talk about the cannabis. It's known as marijuana. Of course, that we heard weed, all the different things, Mary Jane, thanks to our brother, Rick James. Um, but it's a psychoactive drug and it's used in cultures. This is the part in our ethnic groups. A lot of times they used it in ritualistic ceremonies. Okay. And so if we go to, and again, let me just say all views expressed here are mine. I've done a little bit of research, but I'm also adding my little Tammy piece in there. And we never seem to think that anything is good until we figure out how to put a price tag on it. It's always bad, bad, bad. And then once we learn how to make it ourselves, then it becomes okay as long as we can put a price tag on it. So, um, in the traditional medicine or in other cultures, it has been used as a traditional medicine. If you go into a lot of the older cultures, you will see that they use natural products to help us heal. Now, I'm just going to have you think for a moment. And my first choice was to go into medicine, but for some reason, I was told not to go into medicine for whatever reason. And so, what I'm sharing with you is the Western medicine does not really have it all together. They're excellent with acute medicine. You break your leg or something like that. But as far as long term diseases, I used to always say, if the medicine is working, why do I have to go get a refill? I'm just saying. Okay. So, anyway, psychoactive. I had to look that word up. And, I'm a wordsmith person. I love words. But basically, what it is something that affects the mind. Okay. It alters your perceptions, it alters your moods and your consciousness. And then you have an entheogen or entheogenic. Entheogen means that it's psychoactive substance and it's used in, of course, the rituals and the traditional medicines and religious ceremonies. Now, it, it can also be the psychedelic is all your senses are impacted, they're altered. Hmm. Okay. So we're going to talk about the CBD because CBD is the cannabidiol, all right, a couple of different pronunciations, and it's one of the active ingredients in the cannabis or the weed. And it's from, of course, the cannabis plant. It's from the stalk of the cannabis plant. So I had my books out. I was looking up plants, looking at the structure of it, and of course the function of it. So CBD or the cannabidiol, okay, or cannabidiol, is the CBD. That's just a shortened term for it. And it comes from the hemp plant and it does not have a dependency potential. You'll see that I know I used to see a lot of CBD, um, use it for pain. Okay. It's more works with the mind. And I've seen it, I use it myself for like pain relief for my low back, muscle cramps, right? They have lotion. I even saw CBD infused tampons, y'all. Can you believe that? But they have CBD bras. They have CBD everything out there. Okay. So you still have to do your work, your homework to check on it and see if it is serving its purpose for you. Okay. So right now, all 50 states have laws that are legalizing CBD in some capacity, but certain states do limit the restrictions. Okay. So I want to just jump into how this works and how we've used it as a caregiver. First of all, I got to take care of myself first. That was something I had to learn the hard way. And in taking care of myself, I'm not in that having to move dead weight. stuff yet, i.e., my mom is still able to do a lot of things independently. And so, but there are times I do have to do some lifts. And so they're not heavy lifts yet, but I still take care of myself. So that means I do my workouts. I do my meditations to keep me sane because some days you just do not feel very worthy. Just putting it out there because it's give, give, give. And when I have time, I can't really do, which I'm late with this because I was just too tired. And I recognize that, I embrace that. And I said, I'll just do it later. A lot of things get pushed to the back. So on to this THC. Woo, this is a long word. Wish I'd have paid attention in chemistry class. Just kidding. But it's tetrahydrocannabidiol. Okay. And it's the main psychoactive compound in cannabis. So basically, there's two different types of strains of the cannabis. You have the indica and you have the sativa. And the indica, found out, it is something you want to take at night. It relaxes you, makes you sleepy, and that's usually what they use for the medical marijuana. The sativa, on the other hand, it cranks you up. You want to use that during the daytime. Your energy flow is sort of kind of impacted. It has a really high THC to the CBD ratio, and so it also can cause some paranoia, some hallucinations, um, and this is for long-term use, and some anxiety. Okay, because you're all revved up. Whereas the indica strain of cannabis is has a lower THC to CBD ratio, and that's the one that you, like I said, want to take at night, and it sort of impacts your whole central nervous system. And this is just the stuff that I've learned and in my little research for products that can help my mom just chill out. Like today, she has this cough, and because um, you don't want to really overlook anything, I want to make sure she's okay. So I gave her some other products just to help her with her cough. And it's something that I have to mix up myself. And it really just helps kick anything that's in your system out to sort of purify it. But she'll probably have a half, a small part, and probably like an eighth of a gummy because these are pretty large to help her just to chill out and relax. And I notice when she takes them, the cough goes away. So today she told me she's had the cough for a while, that the cough is starting to hurt her shoulders, because it's that cough, and her abdomen area. So everything is pretty much just hurting. So I want to make sure she's as comfortable as she can be. She didn't go to her day school, daycare today, or adult day school today, because I noticed that she is just um, feeling tired more so. And if you cough all night, you obviously did not get any rest. So I want to make sure she gets the rest that she needs. Typically, we go swimming 2 days a week at least. I try to go three, just because being in that water is like nothing, no other. I can't think of anything else where I feel that way, that weightlessness, and being in the water, just suspended. And I like to just think that that spirit's hands just wrapping themselves around me and saying that you can do this, you can do this. Because there are many times where I just really feel isolated. And that was one reason I wanted to put this up here, because of all the accolades that came through. I realized that I am not, that many of us are going through it because of our age and the age of our parents or our siblings or our relatives or even our spouses. It's something that we have to do, and definitely is not talked about, especially in the Black community. So I'm just one small person, but To get something started, got to start with a spark. So I welcome your comments again. Please be gentle, constructive. I love everybody out there because this is hard work. And when we join together, it just makes it easier to know that I'm not the only one out there. Or, just a, hey, you can do it. Or how's your day going? All those things are appreciated. And I am not the inbox or the Facebook person, but I am learning how to learn to be a little more accepting of this because we're so isolated by this at the same time. It brings you together, but it's very isolating. And so it's very nice to be able to read the kind words to just keep pushing me. And I appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you. Talk to you next time.